Hello!
Hello, hello.
Hello, guys.
I need to refresh my Twitch because it still says all the old stuff. Off to a great start.
Hell yeah. Are the tags in effect? I don't heckin' know.
Don't look like it, but it's too late now.
Thanks, Twitch.
Wait. It's not.
Hello.
I can fix it.
I also need to refresh my page then, in that case. Hello! Another 5-hour stream today. Look! Look!
You did a 5-hour stream?
No, I didn't! I did a Sam stripping, and I forgot to take my stream offline!
Oh, for fuck's sake, Blue.
I forgot to turn my stream offline because my parents
This is why I always remind you, and then I stopped reminding you
Yeah, my
because I thought
parents
you...
turned up at my door. I stopped doing it for the longest time, but literally my parents turned up at my door, so I was ending the stream, the doorbell rang, so I was like, oh, okay, I gotta go, guys, bye! So I transitioned to the away screen, but didn't hit the end stream button, and then I was with my parents for like an hour. So the stream was still running! Ah,
Lord help me.
I'm sorry.
I can't really say something. I legitimately streamed for about 4 hours the other day.
I mean, I have legitimately done 5-hour streams, just not very often.
It's not empty 5-hour stream.
It was very much an empty 5 hours. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I need to reapply
Sorry for
all my
debating
tags.
everyone with thinking that Blue was still alive in your time zone.
I'm sorry, okay? Look, be grateful I did a double stream, okay? It was a double stream day.
This is Blue's YouTuber apology.
I'm sorry. Many of my friends are streamers.
I never thought I would need to do this.
I didn't think it would come to this. Hang on, I've forgotten which button it is. Nope, it's not.
You're trying to put your ears down.
There's this one. I'm sorry. I regret what I did. I can't promise it won't happen again, but I will try my best. And if you can see your way to forgiving me, you can always like and subscribe. And follow me on Twitter.
We're off to a great start.
This is wonderful. I'm loving the energy.
Tone. We've set the tone.
I'm loving the energy that we have in the stream tonight. It's wonderful. I've still got to reapply.
My favourite moment was hour 4, minute 19. Was that the moment Blue came back to her computer and was like, oh fuck.
It's probably
I just came in to play Monster Hunter. What the fuck's going on here?
I was playing Monster Sanctuary, thank you.
What the fuck is that? I keep seeing you streaming it and I haven't been able to catch you streaming it.
I've only played it twice. I played it today and yesterday. Monster Sanctuary is great. I mean, making a Pokemon comparison.
The only one on my entire stream list who isn't streaming either Fun Fantasy or Call of the Lamb.
Fair. I want to play Cult of the... I also want to play
I
Cult
also want to play Call of the Lamb.
We both want to play Cult of the Lamb so
It's
bad.
a stream, but just when me and Blue are independently playing Call of the Lamb.
Hey, they've got that team streaming thing that
We
Twitch
can do it
does.
because I'm not a partner.
Oh. I'm not a partner
But
either.
we could
I'm not a
do
partner
it.
either, I'm only affiliate.
Oh yeah, I think for squad streams you need to be partner. But
Gosh, dang it, Twitch.
but we could still do it because I can stream now.
Yeah, it's so exciting. Cuz can stream. Follow, guys.
You don't got to. I stream occasionally and I stream whatever the hell I want. There's no consistency.
Almost everyone I follow streams either when I should really be asleep or when I am in fact also streaming. I'm guilty of
Same.
this, I'm aware. Because you're going to be streaming in 20 minutes.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I did a morning.
If I am present in any Twitch chat other than this stream, I should be asleep.
Yeah.
100% of the.
Oh yeah.
Because if I'm watching a Twitch stream when I should be awake, I'm not talking.
Well, they say I woke up this morning and I was like, damn, I really want to keep playing Monster Sanctuary. And my brain was literally, it was like the.
Thank you, Frog.
Thank you, Frog.
For doing a public service.
I need that. I need to save that and upload it to my YouTube. My YouTube channel. My YouTube channel with 0 videos. I woke up and I wanted to play Monster Sanctuary, and my brain did the adult thing, and it was like, okay, but if you want to play Monster Sanctuary, you have to stream it. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll stream. So yeah, Monster Sanctuary is great. I was going to say, making a Pokemon comparison is a little bit unfair, because while it is like a creature collecting game, it really doesn't resemble Pokemon very much.
Right.
So there's battle screens and encounters. The main body of the game is a Metroidvania-esque platformer.
Right.
And there's these monsters running around that you obviously battle with, and when you battle them, you have a chance to get an egg from them. If you hatch the egg, you have that monster. And the monsters...
Kind of on the Ooblet spectrum.
I guess a little bit, yeah. And,
obviously less silly.
Yeah. But, these monsters give you your, like, abilities to move around, which is where the sort of Metroidvania-esque thing comes in that there's all these different zones and different areas, and you'll go to a place and, like, you'll go one way and it'll be like, oh, there's, like, a rock wall here that's crumbling, but you can't break it with this monster, so you have to go somewhere else and find a monster that can break down the rock wall.
Right, yeah.
So, like, the main story, you can go through an area and there's all these branching paths, basically, where it's like, you don't have to do it, but if you go find a monster that can break this wall and then come back, you'll probably get, like, a special item or something.
Oh, interesting.
So, it's Metroidvania-esque. Like, near the very start of the game, there was a floating island that I could not reach, but then I got some double jump boots, which wasn't enough on its own. The double jump boots weren't enough to get to the floating island, but then I also had a bird monster, and the bird monster's ability is to glide for short distances. So I was able to double jump and glide to the island, which then gave me a rare piece of equipment.
Oh, very
nice. And it was like, I didn't need that piece of equipment to progress, but obviously now I've got a really good weapon, which is making my monster stronger. And it was made for me because there are 4 quote-unquote starters, if you will, which is they're all called, like, spirit animals. The story is that they literally, the monsters are, like, tied to your family's bloodline, so you literally, like, inherit it, essentially. And there's a spirit lion, there's a spirit eagle, there's a spirit frog, and there's a spirit wolf! And the wolf is blue!
Well, that's pretty pre-assigned.
Yeah, the eagle is yellow, the frog is green, and the lion is red, and they all are, like, dual element. So the lion, I'm trying to remember now, the lion is, I think, earth and fire. The eagle is fire, wind, the frog is earth, water, and the wolf is water, wind. And I was like, whoa, this was just made for me, wasn't it? So, yeah. But I have, like, a bird. So I have...
Even though it's red and fire, I would never pick a lion because I won't be associated with Leos.
That's the thing, there's NPCs...
I refuse to affiliate with them.
Yeah, that's the thing, there's NPCs in the game who have the other ones, and I was even saying, I was like, I wonder how these rotate out, who gets what if you pick a different one? But there's, like, a little nerdy boy who's really friendly, becomes your friend, like, immediately, who has the frog for me. There's this girl who's, like, a higher rank than you who has the eagle, and she's also friendly. But obviously is just sort of like, well, I am a higher rank than you, so just be careful. And then the guy with the lion! Oh my god, I dislike him so much! He's also a higher rank than you, but he's literally like you're a lower rank than me. You should just leave this to me because I'm so much stronger than you. Look how much stronger I am. Look how much stronger I am. I have just defeated this monster and I'm sitting there just like, it's a freaking slime, dude. I've been killing thousands of them.
Not to derail this very good conversation that we're having, but I've just realised the, like, auto-generated Twitch words for the clip that Frog made for your heartfelt apology are spineless, silly, aubergine debated. And that's fucking hilarious.
That's amazing. New Twitter group name.
Yes.
Someone change that. It's probably too long.
I like Count Homosexual too much. Our current group name is the Satanic Rites of Count Homosexual.
It is valid.
Like, that's for sure short enough.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. So yeah, that's Monster Sanctuary. That's Monster Sanctuary. It's really cool. It has things that sort of make you think that it's Pokemon-esque, like, the turn-based combat and the monsters fighting each other. And it has an elemental system, but it's interesting in that it's not as simple as, oh, well, you know, water beats fire, fire beats earth, earth beats wind, whatever. Their monster weaknesses are actually on a species by species basis.
Right, yeah.
So you'll encounter, so for example, you could encounter 2 earth monsters, like, say, a slime and a mushroom. But the slime is weak to water, but the mushroom is weak to fire. So it's very, very much encouraged to have a variety in your team, which is real nice. And it's 3 versus 3. You have a team of 6, and it's 3 versus 3 in a fight. And there's things like the combo meter, where you take your 3 turns, and then the enemy takes their 3 turns. But you build up a combo, so it's literally like your first monster you want to have, like, apply a buff, because their attack damage is very low because the combo is low. So a buff will obviously buff your party and then increase your combo meter. Your second one, maybe have another buff, or maybe like a quick attack that does loads of little hits but not as much damage to get the combo up again. And then on your last monster, it's like something that hits like a truck because your combo meter is at its fullest. So there's a lot more sort of creative tactical play on what you want to do with your monsters.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and also, oh my god, dots in that game are so strong. I
am a big fan of some dots.
Yeah, I was in a fight where I had poison and burn at the same time, and it was just shredding through my health every single turn. I was just like, ah!
That's me with my Salazzle.
Oh god, yeah, I had a Salazzle. And every monster has skill trees as well.
Oh, very nice.
So every time you level up, you get a point to put in your skill tree, which again is awesome. And you can, as expected with skill trees, it's a case of, you know, pick which one you want. I don't think you will get enough points to entirely fill the tree, so you do sort of pick and choose what you want. You can reset, I believe, but you have to use an item for it. So you can choose, like, you know, you can pick up a monster and they have physical strength and then magic strength for your attack, and you do sort of have to think of, like, well, which do I want to be? Do I want to max out its physical or its magical? Do I want to put loads of crit in? Do I want to put loads of crit in? And you look at your monster and you look at what skills it has, and it's like, okay, well, this is my buffing dude, so I'm going to give him loads of buffs to his buffs, essentially, and things like that.
Buffs on top of buffs on top of buffs.
Buffs on top of buffs. Yeah, and again, you sort of think of your turn order, and so it's good to have a variety based on what you fight, because it's like, well, if you put all of your physical prowess into your water monster, you can literally come up against a monster where it's like, well, I'm not actually weak to any elements, I'm just weak to magic, and that's when you go, oh, well, I mean, I have loads of elements, but they're all physical elements. It's like, now you need magic type elements, and it's like, shit.
Right, yeah.
So there's technically 6 types of damage: the 4 elemental ones, and then raw magic and raw physical.
A lot to manage.
It's a lot to manage, but it's really fun because
it is fun. Yeah, I get it.
The trees have a lot of variety in them. So even on monsters,
it's giving me Final Fantasy skill tree.
Yeah,
like not Final Fantasy 14, like other Final Fantasy games.
Yeah. It's
so you can go a million different ways.
Yeah, it's really, really good. So it is literally like, even on monsters where I'm like, okay, this guy is definitely a physical attacker. He has no magical attacks, and his physical stat is really high. But even the game is like, yeah, he's a physical attacker, but he can still have a buff. So if I go into a fight and I come against something that is resistant to physical damage, it's like, cool, he's just going to spend the entire fight buffing everybody instead. Thank you, Jax, for subbing again. Thank you. God damn, 34 months. We've been at this long. Crazy.
Jesus. Someone bring this to an end.
Never. A little bit akin to the Borderlands skill tree too.
Oh,
I played Borderlands briefly in that
an ancient throwback.
Yeah, people saw me tilt back as I was like scanning through my brain.
The internal memory bank, yeah. It really is like that.
Yeah, which I guess is just how a lot of skill trees are.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why I say that, like, the Pokemon comparison is actually kind of unfair to it. The only Pokemon comparison is that you have a team of monsters that you catch and you fight other monsters, but other than that, the mechanics are fairly different.
Yeah, it sounds it.
Yeah, so I gave it a try because I woke up on Monday and I was like, I should stream something. I didn't stream, like, at all last week because of the heat. I don't want to play Digimon though. I was like, I actually don't want to play Digimon, and I'm also not in the mood for Final Fantasy, so it was literally open up Steam, what the heck should I play? And yeah, my eyes rested on Monster Sanctuary, which was installed, and I was like, I actually have not played this ever, and I've had it for like 3 years. So yeah, I was like, fuck it, we're all in.
Yeah, I had that today. I've been on a bit of a tour of games that I have wanted to play, but I haven't had time to play.
Ah, because you can't play them.
Yes, I can. Because I'm in the mood. You know, I'm always in the mood to play Final Fantasy, but also it's patch next week. So, now that I finished my fucking apartment, which consumed my life, for the most part anyway. Apart from some stuff that's coming out with 6.2 that I want. But yeah, I played some Neon White. I'm enjoying Neon White. I want to play more of it. I've not had a super amount of energy to play it, but I love Neon White. I was playing it in the Discord call, and I think it kind of hypnotized people.
Oh, right.
It really is like, it's really good. I'm just pushing out of the part where like I kind of know what's going on, so we're into new territory.
Okay, see, this is where we're going to do a role reversal now, because I actually don't know what Neon White is like. So tell me, tell me what you've been playing.
To tell you about.
Yeah, I just went off about Monster Sanctuary. Tell me what you've been playing.
Yeah, I've been playing 2 games. One of them I literally started playing today, and one of them I'm playing. So obviously I've been playing Hades. That's what I streamed. Just every so often. Hades is a comfort game for me. But then Neon White, you will love Neon White. I don't feel Neon White's a tough one because I think everyone will enjoy it, but I can't tell you whose type of game it is. Because if you looked at it, you'd be like, that's not your kind of game, but I'm loving the shit out of it. What the fuck was that?
Spook and Stanchi are playing Mario Strikers in the living room. So
I'm
gonna assume he just scored a goal. Oh, hang on.
Brilliant.
Hang on, chat. Hi, it is 9 o'clock. Okay. It does in fact have work tomorrow, so.
Ah. But you can't interrupt a game of Strikers though. Yes, Neon White is a speedrunning game.
Oh.
I want to show. Well, no, but like, so am I. Stay with me.
Okay.
I'm gonna show every single person on this earth the introduction, the animated intro to this game at some point. I will show you after stream because it's so hype. It's like an anime intro that like you lose your mind to. It's extremely good. But the premise of Neon White is extremely anime. The premise of Neon White is that you are a guy called White, or like that's the name you're given anyway. And you died.
Of course, there's all the games that start that way.
You have total amnesia. You have no idea who you were. You wake up in heaven, and you are immediately told that you were sent to hell, along with all these other people that you're standing around with, and that once a year, Yep, thank you. And once a year, heaven calls on all the sinners to come and clean demons encroaching from hell out of the kind of outer borders of heaven. And whoever does that the best and the most gets to spend the year in heaven instead of in hell.
Oh.
So White is like, I don't know why, but I need redemption. Like there's something in me that wants this redemption so bad. And you almost immediately meet a squad of three people who are characters, shall we say. Mm-hmm. Oh, and these people who are taking care of demons are called Neons, hence Neon White. And you immediately meet like the cast of characters. So you got Neon Yellow, and all of them knew you in life and will not tell you who you were. So you have Neon White, who was like your bro. He talks like a bro. One of the first things he says to you is that he's the Naruto to your Sasuke.
Oh my god, they actually say that in a video game?
Yes, they do.
The year of our Lord and Savior 2022.
You know what? He's correct. Because you get a weapon when you arrive in heaven, which is you get like a katana.
Oh my god.
And he's like, oh man, you got the weeb sword?
You got the weeb sword? Wow.
Neon Yellow is so good. Yellow's so good.
And he's yellow.
But he's like,
cool, yeah.
yes, he's like your bro. He's great. And then there's Violet, who, look, okay, I'm gonna be diplomatic because I know certain people in the chat really love Violet, and I respect it so much.
I respect it, but I don't.
Violet is the youngest of like the squad when they were alive. She also apparently has partial amnesia, but I don't know about that. I love that she's a gremlin. That's fair.
Yay.
She is absolutely a gremlin.
We like gremlins.
She is violent. she's like the trope in anime that's like young girl who's actually really creepy and like, but like she's very energetic, so she's not quite like that. But she's like a little murder horny.
Right.
And then she's just like extremely normally horny.
Oh, cringe.
This is the only thing. This is the only thing that gets me about Violet. She's extremely horny, but she is kind of endearing at the same time. And then there's Red. You can't see, but I just opened my fan and started fanning myself.
Well, it just goes to show, you know, with a name like Red, it's like, oh.
I could dress head to toe as Neon Red with my existing wardrobe.
Not surprising.
Neon Red is my wife.
Mm-hmm.
I love her. She's the best. The first thing she does when you meet her is she points a sniper rifle that is bigger than her entire body directly at your head.
Wonderful. Bitches love cannons.
She's fucking incredible. And she basically teases Wyatt of like, let me know if you need a mask made. Look, one day it might happen. I think if I cosplayed Neon Red, it would kill everyone, including myself. But the first, like, she's talking to you and she's like, oh, Wyatt, it's good to see you, and all this. And one of the things she said as well is like, tell me, do you think this will end as badly as it did in life? And it's like, do we know each other?
I know you.
And she's like, oh, you don't remember anything. We could have been lovers and you wouldn't know. And she's like basically teasing White because White's really easy to tease. But she's just great. She's great. She's like, I don't want you to know who I was in our relationship. I just don't want you to know, really, because it's a mess, and I'd rather we had a new start if we're gonna know each other at all.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, all the vibes I'm getting from the squad is that they were maybe in the mafia or like some kind of gang, because Yellow's referenced the boss a couple times, who might be Neon Green, who's the current reigning champion.
Mm-hmm.
The bad vibes from Neon Green.
Yeah, well, I think anybody who is called the boss with capital letters is immediate.
I don't know if the boss is
warning.
Neon Green, but I think it is. Because
Right.
White doesn't remember, and White's the character you play. But yeah, the gameplay loop is there's like two phases. So like there's when you're out on missions and when you're back in heaven. When you're in heaven, it's kind of like a dating sim vibe almost. Not quite. There's like areas of the map and people hang out in those different areas, and you can go and you can give them gifts and talk to them and learn more about them. And they've got like special side quests, and there's a bunch of characters in heaven. There's a guy called Mikey who's a floating cat.
Of course.
All the angels, this is just a funny side detail, it's not plot important, but like all the angels look different to every single person, and to Neon White and Neon Red, they look like cats, like animated cats. And it's really funny. To Yellow, they all look like John Cena. Which is so funny.
So
I don't know what they look like to Violet yet, but I can't wait to find out. But yeah, one of them's called Mikey, and he's like a New Yorker. He's voiced by Prozidi.
Oh, of course, yes.
And it's so funny. It's like a good mix, this game, of like serious stuff and like really funny shit. And it doesn't take itself very seriously. And like you get to know people, they've got like crazy side quests and things, and like that you can go exploring around heaven and all this stuff, right? And then you go out on missions, and the gameplay loop is like a card-based speedrunner.
What?
Where there's a level, and you need to get from the start of the level to the end of the level as quick as you can, killing demons along the way. Along the way, you pick up cards that do different things, and you can either use them to kill demons or just go faster. And it's so fun. And the music is so good. It's all like electronica. I don't even know, but it's fucking great. And then you just get into the zone, and it's so like it's one of those games that's really easy just to like sink and like get into the rhythm of it. It's got a real rhythm to it. Mwah, chef's kiss.
Okay.
And like story happens throughout the mission. You can go pick up presents out in the wild. It's great. It's a good time. It's hard to describe, but it's a lot of fun. I think everyone should give it a go if they have the opportunity, because I think everyone could enjoy it. It's just hard to know, because I don't think people who speedrun games like properly would enjoy it. It's just a good time, and the controls feel so nice. It's so smooth. And when you're doing it right, it's like the dopamine rush is insane. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't like got out of. I'm on the like second batch of missions, and I've got 10. It's 10 days until the competition ends. So like, I've got a long way to go.
Right.
But that's Neon White. But the other game I have been playing as of today is Telling Lies. Which is a game I've wanted to play for so long. So the moment I found out it existed, I started playing this game today, which was a bold choice. Any game where I have to take notes is a bold choice.
Oh, it's one of them.
Do you remember Her Story?
Vaguely, yes.
So for people who don't know in chat, Her Story was an FMV game where you had a police database that you could search. It was a very bad police database intentionally. And you had to kind of find keywords and work out what was happening in like this series of police interviews. And like by like trying to work with this terrible database, basically. And it was a great fucking game. If you haven't played Her Story, I won't spoil it. It's so good. Truly, truly so good. It's like a detective game, essentially. I also realized while playing Telling Lies and thinking about Her Story, that Pox is almost certainly based on Her Story in my brain.
Right.
Certainly. But so Telling Lies is made by the same people. And I have started it today. It's similar concept, police database, bad search engine. It's a bit more intuitive in how it works. And I've just dove in. I know very little about the premise, right?
Uh-huh.
And I already have 4 A4 pages full of notes.
Jesus.
There's so... I'm waiting, like, the moment I started it, it seemed so normal. And Her Story, no spoilers for people who want to play Her Story, but Her Story goes way off the reservation. Her Story gets fucking wild. So I was like, how is this gonna get fucking bizarre? Especially because it gives you like a fake desktop of this like police computer, and in the trash, rubbish, recycling bin folder on the computer, there were 3 Monet paintings, like screenshots of Monet paintings, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be weird. And I've been basically playing detective all day.
Oh.
And I think I found the last recording.
Oh, uh-huh.
They're not police interviews this time. They are like recorded conversations from people FaceTiming. Like, how do I say this without giving anything away? I'm gonna have to give away a little bit. But like, basically like a police investigation, like if they were monitoring you, they record all your FaceTime, outgoing and ingoing FaceTimes. So it's a lot of like, you get one side of a conversation. And it's really, you're following this guy called David, who I hate.
Oh.
I hate. I did that thing, I did this in Her Story as well, where I latched onto something that wasn't the like main story, like clearly wasn't the way I was meant to go, and like pursued it to the very last recording. And I have gone from being like, David's an interesting guy, to I don't like this man. Very quickly. But then like this company does that really well, right? Like Her Story also has some incredibly dislikable characters, or at least incredibly complicated characters. There's way more character. Her story has one character in it, like, that you meet. There's like at least 8 people that I've met so far. And some of them as well are like hidden camera recordings of like David's apartment. So like there's like full-on acted scenes. It's not just like one actor acting to camera as it was in her story. Man, as you can establish from the name Telling Lies, basically I'm keeping it vague. I've established at least 3 different lives that this guy's living. At least 3. And all of them are a mess. And I think I know how it ends up. It was a very much a Chekhov incident. But it is a wild time. I was playing it up until literally the moment that Blue called me for stream. What was like the last thing I learnt? Oh yes, I found out his actual wife's mum, I think, has some kind of memory issue, but it's making everything very confusing. But I think intentionally, in case you run into the conversation earlier, where she keeps calling people different names because she doesn't like remember who everyone is. But now I'm like, wait, do I have the right names for everybody?
Ah.
It's tough because every single person is full of shit. Every single person, apart from one person in this game is not full of shit. And I know this because I watched.
That's the deception. It turns out they are.
No, I watched a 25-minute recording of her basically breaking down. Oh. She's having a bad time because she's surrounded by assholes.
Valid.
But yeah, and I haven't really touched the like main narrative. Like I think I've kind of seen the outside of it. I'm like moving around the outside of the main shit that's going on. And in the same in her story, actually, there is the question of like, who am I? Because it does the same thing that her story did, where you can see in the like screen, quote unquote, the reflection of, you know, like the person looking at the monitor that isn't you, right? Like the in-game person who's doing this digging.
Mm-hmm.
I know her name, I think, assuming that her computer is hers and not stolen. But I don't know how she's involved in all this. I don't know why she's looking into it. Like that was the thing in her story. If you like watched if you found every single recording, you could work that out. But you had to truly watch every single recording. I just came out of the shower. Are you playing Knives Out the game? Not quite.
God, Knives Out is such a good film if you haven't seen
Knives
it.
Out, it's fucking great.
Knives
I
Out is
wanna watch
amazing.
Knives Out,
Yeah. Way to immediately derail the topic. If you haven't seen Knives Out, you should. It is a great film.
I want to watch every... I know what happens in her story. Can't emphatically agree with what Curls is saying. Yeah. Her story's wild. Wild. And also, like... Yeah, for sure that's where my brain pox came from. For sure. Down to the fine details. But, yeah, Telling Lies is wild. Okay, I think you can work this out pretty fast, so I will spoil this. This is technically a spoiler, but I think you can work it out within, like, 2 videos. I think David, our main character, is an undercover secret agent. But, like, deep undercover. So you have, like, his real life with his wife and his daughter, and then his fake life, and then another thing that he's doing, shall we say. And it's a wild ride. It's a little bit less, like, plot twisty than her story is so far, but we'll see. There's definitely, like, a timeline I'm beginning to establish. There's a couple of, like, major incidents that I'm like, what the fuck happened there? But I can't find the recording for that incident because I don't know what to search for yet. Good time. It's definitely one of those ones where you just sort of... It's on the kind of interactive movie spectrum. It's like if you had a TV show and you cut it up into scenes and you had to work out what happened in the TV show.
Ah, okay.
That is exactly what it's like, actually. If you had a search engine and every scene of a movie, it's a good time. It's detective work, but it's a lot of fun. I like games where I have to keep notes. It's reminding me I need to finish Elsinore, actually. Although I got one ending on Elsinore, and now I kind of don't want... Do you know the thing with endings in Elsinore? I know I'm jumping all over the place. I doubt people do. I didn't know this when I started playing, but Elsinore is a game that I really love. That's about Hamlet. So you play as Ophelia from Hamlet. And I discovered after I started playing it that when you get an ending in Elsinore, you can never get that ending again.
What?
So it used to be, when it came out, you could only get one ending. Once you chose your ending, that was it. That was your... Like, you locked yourself out of all other endings, and you couldn't basically play the game anymore. But they changed it, so you can get other endings, but you basically, when you agree to one ending, you can never get it again. And the ending that I got, even though it was absolutely heartbreaking, like, they, in the narrative, the kind of, let's say the narrator tells you, like, this is a terrible ending, like as in terms of, like, it's very tragic and it's very sad. It is also the best possible ending.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay, if I continue playing Elsinore, I can never get that ending again, which means whatever ending I get will be sadder.
Wow.
But I want to see the other endings. Elsinore's a great game. Elsinore's a great game. Welcome to my library of weird indie games that only I have played. To be fair, I found Telling Lies because they played on Secret over. I didn't know the Her Story devs have made another game. But yeah, I'm jumping around games a lot at the moment.
Why not? You have the power. You have the power to.
I do. What are you drawing?
Slime.
Continue.
No additional information will be provided.
It's not required. Should we go for a car? Cool.
Awesome.
Hopefully I will be. I should be, to be fair.
Yeah.
We should say on the channel, no D&D tomorrow.
Oh yeah, there's no D&D tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to stream something else in its place. I don't know. We might just vibe for the evening.
Play Final Fantasy.
We could play some Final Fantasy. As I said, I have the object retention of a goldfish, so the moment something is out of line of sight, I forget about it. But the same is true. The opposite is also true for when stuff is in my line of sight. So as I told Curls before the stream started, I saw a news thing about Guild Wars, which was like, hey, Guild Wars is now going to be on Steam, and I was like, what? The game's been out for like 10 years, but then my brain was like, we should play Guild Wars. So who knows, I may end up playing Guild Wars.
Who knows? We'll find out together.
Is that code for you might join me? Because now you can actually run it properly.
I don't know, we'll see.
You can actually see what my chars look like instead of just being brown and white blobs.
Big blobs.
My armor looks so good and I was so upset you couldn't see it properly.
I think every day about the texture that the grass looked like in the human area.
Oh god. I had cool Halloween flaming armor on Tala. It looks so good. You couldn't see it. And you were like, it looks brown. And I'm like, brown? It's on fire!
Never Mara. I don't know if I did play Guild Wars again. I don't know if I played Mara.
There's new subclasses now.
Hey.
I don't know if you need the expansions to activate them.
You do.
Fair enough. You
did for the old ones.
True. Very true. I don't even own the latest expansion. I don't need to, is the thing. I haven't played through the last two. You play through it in order. Though they made Living Worlds Season 1 free, which is awesome. Because honestly, the Living World Season 1 was a weird sort of like blip in that because it was the first time they did it. I guess they were still working out how they wanted to do it. So it was literally a you had to be there thing, which obviously is very weird for new players coming to the story of like you have the base game, and then the expansion, and there's story that happens in between, and it's like you have to watch a video or something because you can't play it. So eventually the devs have finally went back and were like, we're going to fix this. It is slightly different from how it was, because obviously it was built to be a you had to be there kind of thing. But all of the important key story elements are there for you to experience so you can know what is happening and play it yourself.
Right.
Because I think the key word is living world. So when these story elements happened, they actually changed the world of the MMO.
Right, yeah.
I mean,
I guess they were trying to go for like a LARPy feel.
Yeah. Because I mean, the key one that I remember was Lion's Arch. That I remember happening, which was that Lion's Arch in base Guild Wars 2 looked totally different to how it is now. It got destroyed in the story, and for several months, the wrecked Lion's Arch was just how Lion's Arch was. You couldn't go back to the old one. It wasn't like an instance thing. That was just how Lion's Arch was now. And then, of course, eventually it got rebuilt, and now it's the modern Lion's Arch. And that was something that you had to be there to experience. That was the vibe. That was why it was called a living world.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Living world, a realm reborn, holding hands.
Stuff happens, okay?
Meta things happened.
Yeah. So I want to go back to it. I do sometimes log in to get like daily login bonuses and stuff when Fancy takes me, and I like run around for a little bit and do like side questy things or like crafting or something or gathering, but I don't advance the story. But yeah, it's back in my peripheral again. So who knows?
Daily login.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I do actually really like Guild Wars.
Yes, but this is a thing that is known. Goddamn daily logins. Unite keeps getting me with that shit.
Yeah, Unite.
Me and Unite are having a falling out. I've lost my superpowers, so...
Oh no. Tyranitar's in the game now, isn't it?
Isn't that tomorrow?
Or is it tomorrow? I don't know. We've only really been playing Unite for like a week, so I don't know what update day is. Might be tomorrow. I don't have my Switch to check because somebody is playing Strikers on it. So somebody who really needs to be going to bed! Lion's Arch existed originally as part of a mass exodus from Ascalon to Krypton in Guild Wars 1, so it made sense ArenaNet could do that. Yeah, it was the central hub. Yeah, I can still remember the general layout of old Lion's Arch because, you know, it was the place, it was where you went, it was where you met people, because you could get to all of the other capital cities from there.
Update, Tyranitar is here.
Tyranitar is in Unite!
It looks terrifying.
It's a defender, isn't it?
All-rounder.
Oh, it's an all-rounder. Oh, that's arguably worse.
I'll double check.
It's arguably worse, so it can take damage but also deal damage.
Well, I'm assuming it was because the thing was purple, but I'll double check.
Yeah, purple is all-rounder. Feline! Hello!
It is a melee all-rounder.
Melee all-rounder. Well, it was gonna be melee, it's Tyranitar. Hello!
Its special skin, is a tuxedo with a little hat.
Oh my god, yes. I think there's a little bit of credence has been added to the leak that like Mew's gonna get added because some people also discovered like a skin for it.
Mm.
I can't remember what it looks like.
Ooh. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Hey, Blue.
Yeah.
It's a stun.
He has a stun?
No, everything he does stuns.
Oh, he's just a mega stunner. Oh no.
Every single thing that he does, if you're under a certain amount of health, it stops you being able to act for a short time.
Oh no.
Every single thing that he does.
Stunning Tyranitar? Das is being called out.
I may need to main him. Unite move, Tyrannical Rampage. Has the user explode with anger and go on a rampage, increasing its movement speed for a short time. If the user is affected by a hindrance, it will return to a normal faster than usual. While the user is rampaging, its basic attack pattern changes and the attacks deal increased damage. If a Pokemon in the opposing team is hit by these basic attacks and their HP is below a set percentage, it is immediately knocked out.
Oh. His ultimate move is an insta-kill if you're below a certain point. That's
Every single one of his moves has the if you're below a certain percentage, but normally it's if you're below a certain percentage, you cannot act for a short time.
So basically, if there's ever a T-Tar against you, you basically have to be like, if I'm not at max health, I need to leave.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, basic attack becomes boosted every 3 attacks, doing increased damage.
I think that's standard for basic attacks.
Yeah. I thought it meant like he gets a buff every 3.
Yeah, I think every Pokemon's basic attack improves.
His offense and his endurance are so high. It's offense 4 stars, endurance 4 stars, mobility 2 stars, scoring 1.5 stars, support 1 star.
So yeah, he's literally just he's
a big boy.
So even though the aim of the game isn't to kill people, it's to score points, he's literally I don't score points, I just kill people.
I just murder.
You score, let me kill.
I've never looked at that like scoring ranking before. I wonder what my boy is. Should we see?
Yeah.
I know I'm meant to be doing. Oh, yep. For people who don't know, my main in Unite is Trevenant. I love Trevenant. Offense 2 stars, endurance 4 stars, mobility 2 stars, scoring 2.5 stars, support 2.5 stars. I'm here to be a tonk and to tackle people out of the goal. And that's what I do.
It's so fun. I literally Googled Pokemon Unite score to see if it could tell me like what the score stat does. And the questions are, can you see the score in Unite? What is the highest score in Pokemon Unite? How is Pokemon Unite's MVP score calculated? And under that it says, why do people not score in Unite? Someone was very salty.
I think these are just like stars just to be like, this is how you should play. I don't think it's like an actual stat.
Fair.
What's your main again?
I mean,
my brain's gone.
I'm quite variable in what I play. I mean, I have it selected as Talonflame, but I play a lot of variety.
That's true.
I like Charizard a lot now, because I got Charizard for free in the anniversary event.
Oh! Fucking Talonflame.
Yeah, Talonflame. Super speed. No health.
Yeah.
Fragile.
2.5 offense, 1.5 endurance, 5-star mobility.
5-star mobility, yeah.
3.5 scoring, 0.5 star support.
No
Charizard
support.
main? Let me look.
Des,
Blue and you both play Charizard.
Yeah, we both play Charizard. Dash, you haven't played Unite in forever. You probably don't know that Charizard now has a Night skin where it's literally got silver armor.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's very you.
Charizard's pretty even across the board apart from support.
Yeah, it's an all-rounder.
That's true. I basically, I have not found a Pokemon I click with as much as Trevenant, but I've lost my magic. I've lost my Trevenant magic. For a while, only Blue knows this, I was absolutely stomping as Trevenant.
Yes, this is very true. Yeah, you'll have to load up Unite and look at it, Des. So you go and look at Charizard's skin options. There's like a bunch of basic ones. I love the one where he just has a little like winter hat and a scarf. It's very cute.
The little hat.
Yeah, the little hat and scarf. It's called like autumn. It's like called bonfire style, I think. So he's got a little woolly hat and a scarf. But then one of his premium skins of like the top tier one is like night plating with a silver helmet.
Yeah. I love Trevenant's new one, but not on Trevenant. I love it on the Stump. The baby version. Phantom. It's so cute. He's got like an Elvis skin, essentially. First of all, who the fuck in the kind of,
Who's making these skins?
Who chose that?
Who chose to give the haunted tree an Elvis skin?
Who knows? But the Phantom just has like a little cloak. A little bedazzled cloak. It's so cute. I'm gonna have to have Trevenant in a Pokemon game at this rate, because I'm actually getting... I told you before, when a Pokemon is in my team, I get really attached to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having that with Trevenant, because I play him so much. Type. Yeah, I do love my ghost types. I love my ghosty boys. Because I love Gengar. I've just got really attached to Trevenant. I'm gonna have to actually have him in a game at some point. I mean, if he's in Scarlet, I'll do it. But I doubt it.
This is one of those things where I don't know, because I literally tweeted out and I was like, how many Kalos Pokemon are gonna be in Scarlet and Violet? Because Kalos is meant to be France, and Scarlet and Violet's is Spain, and the two are right next to each other. So theoretically, in the Pokemon world, those two regions are next to each other like Kanto and Johto were. How much bleed over is there going to be? That's my question.
I don't know what gen Trevenant's from.
It's X and Y.
I'll investigate.
It's X and Y. It's 6 X and Y. I was about to say 5.
Yeah.
I was about to say 5, and I was like, 5 isn't X and Y. 5 is black and white. It's 6. It's
I thought Trevenant was older than that.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's not. You're right, of course.
Pokemon facts. It is in Sword and Shield, because I believe it appears in the Tanglewood Forest.
That makes sense. Yeah, X and Y.
So it has a modern day appearance, which you could argue is a point for it to be in Sword and Shield, because obviously it's in engine, you could say.
Yes. God, I'm on the wiki, and like, I always forget that Trevenant. I watched a decent amount of the X and Y anime. And Trevenant, I have a soft spot for Pokemon like this, apparently. Every time Trevenant appears in the anime, he's absolutely horrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, things that are horrifying in the X and Y anime are my favourites. Trevenant, Malamar.
Apparently, this was the current theme in X and Y, that they were just like, what if we had a bunch of Pokemon that were just awful? We got Trevenant, we got the Revenant, we've got the mind control squid, we've got the literal embodiment of death.
We were going through some stuff. I love X and Y. Underrated gen.
Stares at camera.
That's the reason why my person that I made for your little game was X and Y, right?
Yeah, your Pokemon trainer is from Kalos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was, and
no one else was gonna do it.
Yeah. Well,
Everyone wanted to be from Gen 1 and 2.
Yeah, we're in Kanto, but you can be from other regions.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't be afraid to be one type, because you literally get 2 type specialities in the game.
Yeah. Because I literally wanted to be a, like, jet-setting, spoiled...
Rich kid, yeah.
Rich kid. So I was like, oh, well, I'm going to be from Fantasy France.
Pokemon France.
Pokemon France. And I had a Litten?
Yeah, no, you had Fennekin.
Fennekin, that's it.
Because you were from Kalos. So I was like, if you're from, my ruling was, if you're from a different region, then your starter can also be from that region.
Yeah.
I think you even said to me, like, even though you don't get the second type speciality until later in the game, you were like, it's probably gonna be Ghost.
Yeah. Because, like, Delphox is, like, the signature. So then I, like, build out from there. Is Delphox ghost or psychic?
It's psychic.
Brain's gone.
Yeah. But you already had the fire type boost, so.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, fire and ghost are my 2 favorite Pokemon types, so. That doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah. God, what was her name? Phryne?
Yeah?
Phryne, and then I think my Fennec was called Izalith.
Yes, it was. I know this because I do, as you probably see on Roll20, I do sometimes log into it. And it pops it back up to the top because it's like, oh, the DM was in this game, and I'm like, shh, I'm working on things.
I'm always very conscious of that because I think you guys see how little I open the icon.
It's weird. I'm conscious of when I do it, but I'm not conscious of when other games do it.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. I'm only conscious of it if I go to like log into Roll20 because D&D is about to start, and the one I'm about to play is not the first one. I'm like, oh, I'm the first one here.
Okay, I'm gonna be the mean one in the house and put my foot down. It's 9:30. It's be up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, go be a bully.
I'll be right back, guys.
Make sure you mute. Hello, chat. It's just me now. I hope you guys can't hear me just like clicking my hand fan constantly. I got a hand fan today and I love it a lot. I'm just clacking it constantly. Because I'm a homosexual. As I've been playing Telling Lies all day, I'm like hyper aware of how I'm like sat and talking to a monitor. Because that's like all the recordings I've been watching all day.
Hello. Back. Hello.
Oh, welcome back.
Hi. Am I Cassandra?
What?
Prophet? Doomed? For all eternity?
What is happening?
I warned them that he needs to go to bed, but will they listen?
No.
I was doing a Brendan bit.
Brendan?
Brendan? Sorry, a Brennan bit.
A Brennan bit.
A Brennan bit from the CEO. God, yeah. And now I have to explain, and the joke's not funny anymore.
No, it's fine.
A message from our CEO from Tide. And,
yes,
and
I have
just like,
seen it. It just wasn't in my current memory bank.
He's just having a breakdown. Just like, am I Cassandra, doomed prophet to climb the mountain?
I thought you were going for the different Brennan rant, the Icarus.
Icarus. No, I am
Flies too close to the sun.
No, I'm Cassandra the prophet. I warned them.
My favorite myth.
The Tide Pods look like candies.
Oh my god. We gotta get you on the next episode of Plans, because there is
I know.
a small Brennan, not monologue, not like a Brennan monologue, like an in-character little speech that he does that has me shook, fully quaking. There is tea, there is drama, there is scandal. I'm so excited for more Fame Flowers tonight, guys. I'm so excited.
I haven't seen episode 2
Where they left
yet.
it. Woo! Woo! The tea is piping. little emotes on this little slime man?
Yeah.
Cool.
Really not forthcoming with the slime information.
Nope. Me and Blue are not talking to each other anymore.
Now, Aaron, would you like to share with the class?
Narrowing would you like to share with the class?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass the baton on that one. I don't even know if this is big. I don't know what size this needs to be. That's a valid question.
Aaron, you have to tell me we built apartments at the same time. we were partners in trying to float a bed. Oh my god, you weren't there for that. No one was there for that. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh. We had an issue when we were building my Final Fantasy apartment where we were trying to float this goddamn bed, but every time I moved anything else in the room, it would sink all the way back down again.
Oh no.
And it was very simple in the end, but we could not work out why. And it was like, try this, and we would go through the whole process. I'd sit there, we're like sharing my screen on Discord, and like go through the whole process of like glitching the bed back up into the sky, and then being like, okay, has that worked? Press escape, it goes back down again. God damn it. We went through every possibility known to man for about 3 hours before we went back to the tutorial and we're like, no, we've just forgotten a very basic rule.
Oh, right.
What we're meant to be doing. There's a minimum height lift. Certain items that are a certain size have to be a certain amount off the ground before it will register that it's floating.
Right.
Very simple. Very simple. Basic rule. I love my Final Fantasy apartment. I don't think I've talked about it enough. It's so gorgeous. And I love that it's in character. I love that if you would get every single flower in that place killed in about 2 minutes. Because she does not have a green thumb. Like, there's so many roses and flowers and vines and everything, and it's so beautiful, and in my heart I go, if he's not going to keep them alive. X has got a new botanist project.
Yeah. X is the one that keeps them alive.
Yeah. Exa comes in every week and is like, what have you done? My headcanon is that if he just resurrects them, just uses, not Veraze, that's the Red Mage one. I guess Veraze. Just like, Ascend, that's the Astro one. He uses Ascend on their flowers instead of taking care of them. I love her. What a mess. And Slimer's got a gun. Oh, no.
It isn't a gun for once.
I was convinced.
He can have a gun though.
I commissioned some art for Blue to make me some art. Commissioned Blue to make me some art. Started streaming as a PNG too, but I figured a little slime would be incredible because it could take up different shapes. Sounds a very good call. Little PNG tuber. At this rate, I'm gonna have to commission Blue to make a PNG tuber for me, because Blue loves this VTuber avatar so much.
I do, it's great!
And it's very fair, because it's literally Blue.
Yeah.
It's Blue.
And as happened this morning when I was streaming, it's a lot easier for setup and to encourage you to stream, because I don't have to worry about looking presentable, so when I woke up first thing in the morning and wanted to play Monster Sanctuary, and my brain said, well, if you're gonna play it, you gotta stream. I was like, cool, I'll just use the VTuber. I don't have to worry that my hair's a mess or that I'm in my pajamas, because no one can see me.
Except for D&D, where we all have to be light with glamour.
Just you watch, it'll be the progression. Eventually, the entire D&D squad will also have VTubers.
I'm aware.
It's gonna happen, it's the natural evolution of things.
But I enjoy getting glamorous for D&D.
Well, you know what? Valid. If you want to be glamorous, you can also be glamorous.
I've got no other reason to get glamorous. I don't see any other people.
Valid. Valid. I don't let it get me down.
I love Frog's Low one. Oh yeah, there's Frog. Hey Frog.
Hi,
I
Frog.
love Frog's Low though.
Yeah, I love Low. It's so good.
Can you imagine trying to make a PNG tuber for Parks? That would be hellish.
You need so many.
You'd need like 80. If we're all going to PNG tubers on Oakheart, not Oakheart, other way, Private Plinces, then someone needs to kill Parks off. I may have scoped it. That's fine. Roscope will your Roscope.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what that means. It's doable, trust me. I'm sure it is, but it would require someone to make at least 4 different models and then different, like, speak levels or emotion levels for each of those 4 models.
It depends on how in-depth you want to be. Obviously, the 3D one's nice.
You just do Pogs,
yeah,
obviously.
The 3D one's nice because it's one-to-one, so it is literally able, once you've made it, you don't have to keep making stuff because it just tracks what you're doing, you know. It tracks my eyes and my mouth and things, so it's fine. Whereas obviously with PNG tubers, you have to draw every single goddamn thing you want. So it's varying workloads basically.
Yes, it's a different skill set as well. PNG tubers, if you can draw, you know, in 2D. I mean, I don't know how to word this because I'm terrible at talking about art, but like, if you can make art like drawings, you can make a PNG tuber for yourself, but you need a specific skill set to make a 3D render, like 3D VTuber model. That is wholly your own, I should say. Obviously, if you use a stock one, that's different.
Yeah.
But...
Well, that's the thing. I remember watching on a video, like, doing some research for an Erin to learn about this, which was one person about, like, you know, how can I be a PNG tuber for, like, totally free? They were saying, like, oh, some things like pit crews, some of them actually say in their description, like, hey, you can use this image as a VTuber thing.
I live on pit crew because I've always loved... rest in peace, Flash. I've always loved, like, dress-up games and things, just for character creation. So I spend a lot of time on pit crew, just to waste time in my life.
So, you know, if you find a couple that you like, you never know. If you look down at the descriptions and the rules and stuff, you may find one that's like, hey, you can use this as a VTuber thing, and then you're done. There you go, you found it, you can just use that.
Yeah, just make 2 different faces, and then you're done.
You basically need to make one with a mouth open and a mouth closed, and if you want to be fancy, make one with your eyes closed so you have a blink, which is literally what I've done with our little slimy boy. He's got a mouth open and a mouth closed and an eyes open and
he's got a gun.
And he also has a gun. Because you said so, but mainly he's got a game controller.
I still don't know. We've talked about this many times on stream because it's floating around in my head 24/7. I still don't know what I would use. I love this little slime boy. That's a good idea.
Yeah, maybe playing around with a thingy would be a good idea. Maybe playing with Pit Crew can give you an idea.
Yeah. It's like Nemo's got their unknowable
Eldritch eye. I don't know if Twitch will like that I have a gun.
I've definitely seen it on PNG tubers before, but also maybe don't. But keep it as a treat for yourself.
Yeah,
because it's funny.
We'll hold off on the gun.
Yeah, everyone slowly is getting kind of virtual representations of themselves, and I don't really want to use curls, to be honest.
That's fair.
As cool as she was.
Zip Studio, why will you not let me use the fill for this? Why is it greyed out? Is it because it's
trying to stop you?
Oh, is it because it's a vector? Do you not like it? Oh, it's because it's a vector.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I say as if I know anything. Yeah, I don't know. Just be a vampire zoner, maybe.
Yeah. That's the thing. A lot, you know, when it comes to these VTubers, some people do make representation of themselves, but obviously a lot of people do make characters for it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of how it started off, as people being actual characters.
Yeah, it's like Red for stripping, right?
Yeah.
Because Red existed way before PNG tubers became a thing, but Red was just like what represented his channel. And like Red is clearly not him and is not supposed to be.
Yeah. That's why furries monetize on VTubers so much, because furries obviously literally are like, well, I already have a thing that represents me.
Yes.
And I already have
it.
and I
kind of
already
envy it
have a
about furries.
million pieces of artwork that I commissioned.
Yeah. I kind of envy that about furries.
It's evolution. They've evolutionarily evolved to fill a niche.
But I have a lot of
GTubers.
characters, just not a lot of characters I would like to be me. Or that I feel would be correct to represent me. Yeah, I got you, Frog.
Angry. Fine, don't do it the way I want to.
But also, I'm acutely aware. This is the thing with Vampire. I'm acutely aware. Again, coming back to the squad, right? I don't want to be the only one of the squad who's got a human after.
You don't have to worry about it like that.
No, but I will.
So what you're saying is that you want to make a persona.
No.
Do it, coward.
I would do it. Like, I'm not afraid of it, but I just don't think it would. I don't think it would hit the same for me as it would for you. I'd make one gladly, just to appease you, if nothing else. That's not the right word. I think you would find joy in it.
I would. I very much would. It's like how I wrote Dustin to going onto VR chat, even though he doesn't even have a VR headset, and I immediately took him to the furry world and be like, look, it can be dragons!
He says your vamp needs to look human. I am a vampire traditionalist. Well, not traditionalist, but the opposite of that.
Ah, child!
In fact, what did I miss? We're talking about VTubers and PNG tubers.
Yeah, and inevitably that evolved into me talking about personas.
Yes. And we are actually legitimately talking about personas as well.
Yeah,
that's not a thing you're inserting.
And I mentioned how I dragged you onto VR chat and looking at the dragon avatars, which have been updated, by the way. They look very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know.
All of y'all need to embrace the persona.
You say this as if I don't have multiple characters that could be pretty reasonably called scalies.
This is true.
What is ASEAN if not that?
It's true, it's true.
Several chimera sonas? That's pretty sick. I do look.
That's just a persona with extra steps.
That's also true. Yeah. There isn't also an element to this to which I just love shape changes. So like. I tried to spell her name as ASEAN. God, and what an ASEAN she would be. Yeah. ASEAN's name does actually mean something, by the way. I can't remember what it is, but it does. It has like a full translation. I think it's... Oh, I think I have it written down, actually. I think it was the thing that was on her back, actually.
Sadie has been deposited on my lap, and I think she literally doesn't know what to do.
She's vibing.
She's just, like, flaked out on her side. She's got her chin resting on the arm of my chair, and she's actually somewhat frozen of just like, I don't know what to do.
Oh, no, it's not that. ASEAN. Fuck, what did it mean? I can't remember now. Only because my teeth aren't classic teeth and Curry's not anthropomorphic. I get that. Yeah, it's interesting. I find it fun to think about. I wouldn't be against using some of my characters that are not currently in a campaign that I love. So like Paya or Cassandra or that's it, Asian Arabic, the Rising Sun.
Hey.
That's it. Yeah, like Cassandra or Paya or oh my god, it's left me. Wild, obviously. I feel like maybe not Paya. Cassandra, maybe. Cassandra would be funny because she's so dainty looking, and I am many things.
Sadie, you do that, you're gonna fall. Okay, but don't reenact the chair escapade that you had earlier. Go on. There we go. Did it properly.
Yeah. Asian, the Rising Sun, if people remember, she worships the sun. Sun and moon from Aramor. It's a whole thing.
Let me quickly check this.
Paya would be interesting for animated flame potential on a variant mode. That's true. I wouldn't use Paya for a model for me, but Paya would be fun to animate. Just because Paya is black and I am not. And that would be weird for me.
Yeah. I get that.
Praise the sun? Yeah. Asian literally praises the sun. Technically, Asian praises the sun and the moon. Two of the elemental quartet that is Aramor's religious base. It's a whole thing. That's what her daggers were named after. You guys ever learn about that? I don't think so. Not that it matters, it's just fun background lore. Yeah. Honestly, a lot of like the background stuff for like the sun and the moon and all that stuff in Aramor. In future, if I ever run more campaigns in Imazius, Aramor will be a fun place to go because I've got quite a lot of lore for it that isn't relevant for this campaign. Although it would also be fun to go places that I don't have any lore for. I don't know, you guys might decide to dip and go to Aramor for no reason. I wouldn't put it past you guys.
Yeah.
I know Kay said to me before, it's like, I might just go explore. I just like the world, let's just go places.
It's valid, it's very valid.
It's very flattering. Yeah, I built the most of, the continent I built the most of is Haloria, the one you're on now. Just in case you guys decide to, I don't know. I didn't know if you guys got close to the Aramorian border, if you would decide to be like, let's just dip across the border.
Let's just dip, because we're curious.
Not like there's a, you know, not like it's you know, we're in fantasy medieval. You can literally just walk down the road. You're in Aramor suddenly. I can't remember what the northern capital is, but you can get there pretty quickly from like the Oakheart. Hey, that's the name of the campaign.
Hey.
Oh, that's gonna bother me. I'm gonna have to check.
Back on the subject
Damn.
of avatars and things, one of my buds was talking about like getting another avatar to use in VR chat for his other character. So we essentially went avatar shopping because there are like worlds where people just they either put in avatars they're made, or if the creator says you can upload retextures, people upload the retextures that they've done. So we went avatar shopping, and then in the end I showed him one that I just had saved. I think because my brain was like, this could be a Talabase. And I showed it to him, and within like an hour he was like, I bought the files and I'm customizing it, and he's posting up screenshots now of the customized version, and I'm like, oh, it already looks so good. It's so cool. New face, who dis?
Yeah.
That's the weird thing with my VR chat friends, is that you very much have the association of the avatar that you meet them in.
100%, yeah.
But obviously,
it's someone changing their Tumblr avatar.
Yeah, you can change
like,
avatars you can change avatars on a whim. So if somebody walks up to you in a different avatar, your brain immediately is like, it's a different person, and then they open their mouth and the voice comes out and you go, oh, hello.
Honestly, I forget who people are when they change their Discord picture.
Yeah.
I do want to change mine again, but this one's so funny.
It is very funny.
Lenatra, that's the fucking name of the northern capital. God damn. Sorry, I had to go digging for that. Yes, Lenatra, Suliston, Teradin, Salist. That's it.
You're off to bed. Sleep well, friend. Have a safe journey. Let us know when you arrive.
Oh, good night, bud. I'm enjoying this little friend that you're making very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that frog update.
Ooh.
Love the little, like, extra bits
Hey.
you've got around all of them.
Yeah, that's so good. I love the little plushy Turk that Ash has on her head. It's so cute.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that.
He's so cute.
I was so caught up with the little thunderclouds.
I was immediately just like, what's that? Oh my god, it's a little cuddly duck. Yay.
Very good. It's very good.
So good. Love it. Okay, I'm gonna do some testing.
Is that a zoom?
Yeah. Yay. Look at the baby.
Ratata looks so... Ratata? That's not...
Ratata.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody. Good night. I'm out. Goodbye.
Let's leave a little bit of a window around this, I think.
Funnily enough, I did. I just called Rattata and Pokemon Go Rata. You're fine. So within the top 1% of Rata. She's not, but you're fine. Mood. OC mood. That's point.
Stage many flavors, betrayers. Some guilty cage. Those who wish to be must put aside the alienation. Okay. Right. Okay, Naren, if you're listening, I'm going to send you some test files. Load them in and see how they function.
I'm gonna baby.
Sure thing. Relation. Let's open. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's go back. Open this back up again. Okay. Right. Iceman, it looks fantastic. Awesome. Do they work? I suppose is the important thing. Do they work as intended? Are they an alright size? Things like that. Is it does it work? is the important question. To be human after all. Thank you, Cop. Health checks. Stretch. Posture is still good. And I kick a sip. Love. It's not so wrong. We're only human after all. These changing years.
Prayer return.
Prayer return.
I've been reminded that the new Panic album's out on Friday.
Yo, I'm so hyped.
Hype. I know they've got a new single out. I'm not going to listen to it because the album's out on Friday, and I'd rather just discover it as part of that.
That's fair.
Viva Las Vengeance, baby, let's go!
Viva Las Vengeance. Honestly, the first two were just so good.
They're so good. I really like Local God as well.
It's good. I think my favourite is Middle of a Breakup.
Middle of a Breakup is so catchy. It's illegally catchy. This album, it's going to be such a good album. It's going to be... all Panic albums are good, but, like, it's going to be such a good album. They've released, 4 songs? I've heard 3 of them, and there's not one I just like. Look at this blob boy.
I know.
Blob.
All the Tumblrers will be happy to know that I had a blob in Monster Sanctuary, and I named him Blorper. He's my Blorper.
Very good, very good.
My Blorper. We've had like 2 serious names, and we've got like 15 monsters now. So we had Kale, because Kale is Blue's companion. He always is. And the bird that I caught was Zephyr. But we got a big Yeti monster who is called Beefy Boy.
Beefy Boy.
Beefy Boy. We got Blorpo, obviously. What else? We have a thing called a Magma Pillar, which is like a fire caterpillar. I called it Hot Cross Bun.
Very, very good. Extremely good. Excellent name for a cat.
It would be, actually.
I think.
Yeah, we had this weird thing.
Like some witchcraft, I end up with a cat. That is what my cat is.
Hot Cross Bun. That's adorable.
I love hot cross buns. People don't talk enough about how good hot cross buns are. Sorry, I'm very passionate about this subject.
I'm trying to remember them all now. I got a monster that is literally called Monk, so it is called Return. Return to Monk. What else? Who else have we got? I'm trying to remember now. We've got so many monsters. We got this weird, like, green thing, which just kind of looked like it was literally just, it wasn't quite a blob, but it was it looked like maybe it was bushy. I know now that it's not. So we called it a bushant.
Very good.
As opposed to a treant, which is a very old D&D joke. Who else have we got? We have a cat with a sword. It's called Gremlin.
Very good.
I can't remember all of my monsters now because there's so many. She was like, we have like 15 of them, and now I can't remember any of them. Just the ones that are like the ones I'm using. So we got this weird thing which is literally like an eye with legs, so I call it Looky Looky. I couldn't think of anything funnier, so I was like, oh, Looky Looky.
That is good.
Looky Looky. Oh, we have a mushroom. It's called Badger Badger.
Very, very, very good.
You're Looky Looky and Badger Badger. I'm just gonna sit here trying to remember all of my monster names now.
Oh god, here we go. Like I reopened Stardew Valley again. I swiftly closed it again because I wasn't in the mood, but like I forgot what all my damn animals were.
Blessed babies.
Yeah, Tyler the goat.
Yep. It's fitting.
My one goat. I forgot how many of my chickens my dad named.
Aww.
Or just like my various farm animals, because I would just be like playing it at my dad's and be like, Dad, I need a name for this thing. And he just like immediately just shoot off a random name from somewhere in his brain.
Oh, I just remembered another one. We've got a little rocky stone boy, a little boulder with like a little tiny flower growing on his head. He's called Greg.
Of course he is. Why not?
He's just called Greg.
This is like the last like gasps before I gave up on naming Pokemon.
This was how I started. Greg was like my second or third one. I think it was honestly slightly channeling Duga into a Cult of the Lamb, which I know is Twitch followers, but at the start it felt like she was really just using it really felt like she was
random named it.
It really felt like she was just putting words together.
That is how Dodger names things in games. She
Yeah,
just
it
like
felt
says
like
some
that.
words and they are the ones.
Yeah, I don't know if that's how it was at the start, because obviously now she has the Twitch integration, but I was watching the VODs when she was like playing the early access version, which didn't have the Twitch integration, so I don't know if they were follower names or if she was using random words. So that was the energy I was channeling when I was like going in. I was like, what names are we giving these boys? I was like, okay, silly names, silly names. Kale gets a proper name. Zephyr gets a proper name. What's this thing? This is Greg. This is a big beefy boy. Badger, badger.
Mushroom, mushroom. I sometimes get this song stuck in my head, and I've never listened to it under my own power. Not even once. I saw in my break that my sister's posted up a little drawing that she's done and said, anyone know how to use Procreate? So,
Frog?
If people want to go and offer my sister advice, I've retweeted it. But it is a good Pokemon drawing.
Yeah.
My sister's always been a very good artist. She never says she is, but she has been. He loves drawing the Pokemans, like Blue does.
Yeah.
Hey squad.
Mm-hmm.
Hey squad, how come none of you told me Dorothy has a new album? Okay.
I don't follow Dorothy, I'm sorry.
Hey squad. I opened the Friendship Blend playlist and I hit shuffle and Dorothy came on and I was like, I don't know this Dorothy song. And I looked at the art and I was like, I don't know that Dorothy art. And I looked and it's a whole new album.
It's not me. Not guilty. I'm afraid I don't listen to Dorothy.
It's not you. I can see who it is. I'm not calling them out by name. Das.
Das has gone to bed.
I know.
This is the same as when I was like, there is a character in Critical Role who is a bird with a star griffin, and none of you told me. None of you told me.
You didn't know about the star griffin part. I told you that. Upon being confronted, I further clarified that not only was it a bird, but that there was a character with the star griffin. Not the same character, I should add. Different character has the star griffin. There's a new album from that band you like. Thank you, Naren. To be fair, it's not really the squad's fault, apart from Das. It's the Spotify's fault. Spotify should tell me these things. Because I definitely follow Dorothy. Release radar, you failed me. You failed me for the last time.
Curse you, glass of water.
out to Violet has new music. Fucking Spotify's been failing me.
Sag. Sag.
What?
Sag.
Oh, Sag Blob.
Sag. It is at this point, after streaming for 2 hours, I've realised that once again I did not put the music on shuffle.
Jesus.
It don't matter.
No, it doesn't, but
But
it's
just the
funny.
sudden realisation that like the last 5 songs have all been NSP. don't you lose my number? 'Cause you're not anywhere that I can't find you. Baby, don't you lose my number? 'Cause you're not anywhere that I can't find you. Oh, they came and not leaving fear behind. Shadows were on the ground. Nobody knew where I'd find you. And evidence was found. It's baby, don't you lose my number? 'Cause you're not anywhere that I can't find you. Got a sad face.
Sad blob, sad blob.
Sad blob.
I put my release radar on shuffle after Dorothy New Album Scandal, and discover that Paloma Faith has released a version of Only Love Can Hurt Like This, which is a decently old song now, but it's sped up, and I was expecting it to be like a kind of remix. No. It's like an Alvin and the Chipmunks version.
Oh.
Like,
Interesting.
I sense TikTok's influence, but I don't know why, or how, or what on God's earth. Only Love Can Hurt Like This is a great song. There's also a slowed down version. What? Is this literally like a half speed, like double speed down? It straight up is. It sounds better than the sped up one though. It doesn't sound like fucking Alvin and the Chipmunks, it still sounds like Paloma Faith. Fuck me. I hate this. I hate this timeline.
This is indeed the worst timeline. There, go away.
The slowed down version is actually a vibe. But like, why?
Okay,
Why?
This one's zipped because I realised that within the space of like an hour I've sent you 8 files now, which would be nightmarish, so this one is zipped. I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but good God, keep these things like organised in folders, otherwise you'll never be able to find them all. Ugh.
She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. I miss the earth so much, I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man. ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell, and there's no one there to raise them if you did. And all the science.
I'm highly amused that your model has to close her eyes for you to type. That would be because I look down at my keyboard because I'm a plebeian and I can't type without looking at my keyboard. And obviously, when I look down, my eyelids will dip ever so slightly, which my camera reads as me blinking. Because this model doesn't really have eye tracking, you'll notice, because my eyes just sort of look in the direction the model looks, whereas if I look around just with my eyes, the model doesn't track it, which is one limitation of this model. I probably could add it in. I know the theory on how to do it, but I've never done it myself.
Instead, you're stuck with the me effect, where if you look anything but directly up at something, it looks like your eyes are closed.
Yeah, so yeah, when I'm looking down at my desk or at my keyboard, because of how my eyelids droop, my camera thinks I'm blinking. That's the reason why. So yeah, that entire time I was typing, it probably looked like my eyes were closed.
It does give you a kind of like happy blinks, cat blinks effect.
Yes, I do use it for that. It's another one of those things of when you become more aware of what an avatar does, you do act to fulfill the role. So I do the happy blinks because I know that it kind of looks like a happy blink.
It's gonna be a long, long time.
Much the same in VR chat. You learn which buttons offer which expression, and once that's sort of like logged in your brain, at least I do, you make the expression with your face when you press the buttons, even though no one can see your face, but you do. So it's like, oh, hold down this button and this button to stick your tongue out. I'm gonna stick my real tongue out. It's like, why? Brains are silly. It looks like you're typing blind and then looking over at the monitor to check if you did it right. And again, that's where my messaging apps are on the other monitor, so I'm literally typing my response and then looking over to see the response. Okay, I'm getting to the position where I'm questioning the colours are harmonious enough, so it's probably time for bed. I mean, it is probably time for bed. It's 11:45. I think they look lovely.
Yeah.
I think they look real lovely. I love the little gradient on the hair tufts. But I am a sucker for gradients. It's very nice. And on the tips of the fingies. Sorry. Oh dear. Just discussing things. Yay. This has gone really well. We've essentially how long was the stream? The stream is almost at now 2.5 hours. So I'd say this has probably been 2 hours. We got a happy and a sad. And Naren is messaging me to say that they appear to be working in the program, which is cool.
Hey.
So who knows? I may make some more of these. It's basically however many Naren wants, because there's obviously a lot of customizability.
Yeah. That PNG tuber menu is intense.
Yeah. I don't know if I mean, to my knowledge it doesn't, because it doesn't use like a webcam, so there's no tracking, so I would assume not. But one of the options for the software that I use is there is expression tracking, so the hotkeys that I have where I do the sad, the angry, and the sad and the open mouth, you can tell it to try to automatically read your face and switch between those. But I find it's very sensitive, and also I feel like I maybe have a bit of a slightly angry face when I'm concentrating on work, so I don't want to have the avatar just permanently be
that's
angry.
true. You are very expressive as a person as well.
I am a very expressive
it would be
person.
all over the places.
Yeah, so I feel like the manual is what is needed for me. Because especially, I'm sure artists can agree that when you are drawing faces, you make said faces. So if I'm drawing angry, it is angry, and if I am drawing sad, I am sad. Which is why, again, I quite like that we have the happy blink, because honestly, that works fine enough for me. And if I can remember the hotkeys, I use them. I'm not very good at remembering them, but hey, if I was a professional streamer, I'd probably get a Stream Deck to do it.
Yeah.
Because Stream Decks you can put little icons on, and then I put on the icon to be like, this is the happy, this is the angry, and then I would remember.
This is the Angie.
Yeah, because then I just have a button and I can press that, which is probably what Nathan says he's going to do. He's probably going to get a Stream Deck and program the hotkeys for the expressions to buttons.
Yeah, probably.
My desk is already too full, so I probably won't get a Stream Deck in the same way that I won't get a ring light until we have a new place to be, and I have a new desk with more space.
Yeah.
Because my desk is so full. It's like, there are spaces I
amen
could...
to that.
Yeah, there are spaces that I could put it, but it means there would literally be no space for if I were to put anything else on my desk. Like, I have to keep a certain amount clear so I can, like, put my tablet there. When I'm not using my controller, it has to be stored somewhere, and generally it just kind of goes on the desk. Places for drinks, places for phones to sit. Yeah, places for food to go. And, of course, there is the also divided half of, like, that's technically Spook's half of the desk. Yes, there is a space to my right that my phone could easily sit in, but that's where Spook's desk is, and arguably is where his phone will be. So my phone has to go on the other side.
Demarcated.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And as he always likes to point out, I technically have more space than him. Because we have two desk mats that are the same size. And that is basically how it is split. But his desk mat touches the wall, whereas mine doesn't. It has probably about 4 or 5 inches between the wall and where my mat starts, so I basically have an extra 4 or 5 inches over him, and that 4 or 5 inch space literally has, like, notebooks, D&D notes, like my character sheets and things, just sort of crammed in between my monitor and the wall as a storage space. Of like, this is stuff that I need at least once or twice a week, which is why generally a lot of D&D stuff goes there. Oh yeah. It's not quite 11, but I think my brain is telling me to finish for the night.
Yeah, if you're done, I'm good to end 10 minutes early.
Because I don't know if I'm going to start. I don't want to start another one because I won't finish. I certainly won't finish it before 11. So I'm wondering if I should just do the sensible adult thing and be like, I won't start something new to not finish it.
Yeah, we can finish a bit early.
Yeah. If I finish a bit early, go have a cup of tea and wind down. It's cooler.
You can send the people over to lying so that if you guys want to be entertained until
100%.
Yep.
100%.
Until the normal time.
Also, it does also mean that I could potentially go call Marion and see how it works in his program.
That's also true. Yeah.
That could also be quite fun. Yeah, shall we go swing by lying? I don't actually know how long he streams, but he may also be ending soon. I don't know.
Yeah, don't cheeky bait.
But we always appreciate giving help to a friend, so go see them. So let's go do a friend raid. Twitch. Let's open up Twitch. Raid channel.
Only a few of us. There's only a few of us over there, so.
Oh, they might already be done. I don't have they. Sorry. Hang on. Let me search because they're.
Hang on, I got it.
They're not appearing. There we go. No?
Yeah, they're going. They're still going.
Why are they not appearing in my options? There we go. There we go. Start raid. They're doing some coding. I recognise the screen because I'm starting to see this screen on Spook's PC.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody who has a woos, go give Lying a woos.
Yeah, go say hi. We will see you guys not tomorrow, but probably next week. If not, Blue will probably stream at some point randomly during the week. If not, it'll probably be Sunday, probably.
Yeah, very probably. Right, I'm gonna switch over to the away screen. Bye!
Bye!